Yo, what's good with y'all? In today's video, I got a simple video for y'all. This is kind of like this isn't a utility video. This is kind of like a teaching video and stuff, right? Not showing you how to make something specific, but more or less showing y'all how to do something like kind of like something useful for people when scripting and stuff. Everybody at some point is gonna debug at any point because you're gonna have especially when you start making module scripts and long scripts, and there are errors that don't show up in the output and stuff. You're gonna definitely need to use print debugging, right? You'll probably have heard of it. It's very useful, right? So I'm gonna just pretty much explain it to y'all and just show you how useful it could be. So let's insert a script into script service, right? We won't even name a script. Let's delete print hello world. Alright, so let's say this. Okay, let's say we had a function, right? Game.players.player added colon connect function, then we'll put PLR to show for the player, then press enter, right? So let's say we had like a whole bunch of code written down, right? By using if statements, right? Because most of your errors will come from if statements and stuff that like don't usually show up in the output. So let's say if we had if player name equals Spygen19, that's my username, right? So pretty much if the player who joins name equals whatever's in the quotation marks, then this will happen, right? So we could say print user matches, right? But then we can also do another if statement. We can do if player dot user ID equals, then I'm just gonna put a random number, right? Then print user ID matches, right? And pretty much if both of them were true, then it would pass. Obviously, since this is a random, I wouldn't even say that's ID. I don't even think that's long enough to be an ID, but since it's random numbers, it's not gonna match, right? But now, if you didn't have the print, you wouldn't know how far it would go. Obviously, with these lines, like since it's only two if statements, you could obviously tell by just reading it. But like, say if you have like a lot of functions, like just imagine if this was all like just different, it would be like way harder. Oh, I did not mean to zoom in. It would be way harder to really tell like where the error is occurring and stuff. So you would pretty much use specific printing. Like you obviously don't want to have print test, print test, print test, right? You want to have it like certain things that like kind of get like it kind of tells you what is working, what isn't working, and if it is working, what is happening, right? Well, this is pretty simple because just if the name matches, then user matches. If the user ID matches, user ID matches. Then you could have an else statement here, just like print user ID. Wait, sorry, user ID does not match, right? So then if we join the game, what it'll say is user matches, user ID does not match. That's what it'll print out for me. Yeah, there you go. So you guys can use it to print debug, which is simple. Because say if you didn't have any print statements, right? You would just be joining the game. Trying to test whatever code it is you're trying to do, whatever and stuff. And you know there is an error because something isn't working, but you're not really sure where the error is. Now, obviously, you could look through the entire code and you might find it, as I've done that before, and I do eventually find it, but at the same time, it's way faster, and sometimes you honestly really have to just rely on print debugging to figure this out. So that's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. It's not really much to really explain. It's just simply just use printing to tell you if something is working, and if it is working, what is happening, and that's how you can pretty much kind of like you pretty much are just going down a list and seeing what is working, if it is working, what is it doing, and you'll eventually get to your error. That's what makes print debugging very easy. It's first of all, it's very simple and easy to understand, and it's extremely useful. Literally any scripter, from if you just started scripting yesterday to if you've been scripting for years, every scripter uses print debugging. So yeah, hope this video was helpful. Pretty simple video and stuff, and yeah, appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see y'all.